Today we are talking about building up your vocabulary and why it is important. Having a higher vocabulary or a bigger base of vocabulary will help you comprehend things better. Let me give you an example. What happens when you don't understand a word? It becomes a gap in your learning. It doesn't help your understanding and does not help you see the big picture of what is happening. Take a minute to read the passage with the words blanked out. Why is this hard? Let me give you the example. Here's the introduction. What do you think of when you think of pirates? Buried treasure, ships with mighty sails, black flags with a skull and crossbones. Have you ever wondered what it was like to be a pirate? Pirates seemed to love adventure. They were often blank men and women who were robbers and murderers. Pirates sometimes are blank in movies and books, but they were blank and the lives they lived were not that pleasant. Their lifestyles often resulted in great blank and even death. Now, if we were to remove each box, would that help us? Let's try on the first one. So I'm going to remove just this word, box. And here I have the sentence without the word blocked out. Pirates seemed to love adventure. They were often vicious men and women who were robbers and murderers. If you don't know what the word vicious means, it doesn't help you. So if you're reading and it's almost like you have blanks in your reading because you don't know what the word is, that's going to greatly affect your comprehension. So we're going to do a new vocabulary. This strategy will be the new vocabulary strategy we're going to practice. So let me show you how it's done. This is the word vicious. So here's what we would do. We're going to look up the word vicious in a Google search. So I'm going to look up the word vicious. And I see it says meaning. Now, I'm not going to take the whole meaning and copy it and cut and paste from Google. I'm going to come up with my own simple meaning. So for number one says deliberately cruel or violent. Let's see if that makes sense in the sentence, to be deliberately cruel or violent. So let's go back. It says, pirates seem to love adventure. They were often, now instead of saying vicious, let's try cruel. They were often cruel men and women who were robbers and murderers. They were often violent men and women who were robbers and murderers. That makes sense. So what I'm going to do is use that definition of cruel and violent. I'm going to put a text box here, and I'm going to simply write cruel and violence. Notice how I did not just cut and paste. So now I'm going to take some things, some words I know that are associated with it. So cruel, what's another word for cruel? So when we talk about characteristics, we're looking for words that mean the same, almost like synonyms. So we're going to say mean, violent could be dangerous. And then I'm going to give some examples of things that I know are cruel. So things that are vicious that I know of could be lions. How about witches in fairy tales? And what about another one that we could think of? I tend to think of animals. So what could be vicious in the wild? Hyenas. Now, I'm going to think of some non-examples. Some non-examples are going to be the absolute opposite. So you want to think of something that's not cruel, maybe rather peaceful. So I'm going to put something that's peaceful. A peaceful animal. Let's think if we can think of one. A sloth is usually a peaceful animal. What else could be peaceful? How about a stream or a river sitting next to those things? Now for you, peaceful might be taking a nap. And that's okay too. Now you know that vicious has nothing to do with taking a nap. a stream, a river, or a sloth. The word vicious is more associated with lions, witches, hyenas, and it's a mean, dangerous type of word, meaning it's cruel and violent. So we're going to practice the words in the pirate story. So what you will do for your activity is you will uncover each word, and then you will do the definition for each of them using this organizer right here. If you have any questions, please ask.